I'm on the 15-minute time frame. We are getting a little bit of a bounce. There's the hourly time frame, and I do believe Bitcoin is in for a bit of a bounce. As I was saying last week, probably going to get a bounce here earlier, sooner than later. Sooner than later, that would be my opinion. So what are we going to do? First off, I'm going to go down to the time frame I select. Actually, I'm going to just get this done. 2 Bitcoin. I'm just adding to my position right here. Running 17 Bitcoin long, 17 Bitcoin long. So here's where you select your leverage. You could do 1x, you could do 3x, you could do 5x. And then what you're going to do is go ahead and select the amount of Bitcoin. Look at this thing slipping away from me. As I was waiting, I just put one in right there and it did not hit. So then if you're going long, you hit the red button and then the price goes here. And then you select the amount, and I'm just going to add a few right there. And there she goes. And I was a little bit late. As you can see, I got some orders in right here at 28.42. And you're probably wondering, well, Chris, why are you buying long now? You were short. Why are you buying long? Well, let's get into the price action. But first, and by the way, we are going to be doing a free webinar at the end of this month to show you guys how to take some signals, how to take some longs, how to take some shorts. This is an extremely volatile market, and if you don't have any skills on how to go long or short, well, very, very likely it's going to end in tears. So be on the, I'm just going to put the link in the description below. Again, a free webinar, how to go long or short on Kucoin. And I hope you guys join us. Should be pretty fun. And that's coming in before what I call the bear moon. The bear moon. So watch out for the bear moon. The bears are going to be out. The moon's going to be shining. And watch out for the bears. All right. So what else do we do here besides leverage trade and give it a little coaching? We look at Bitcoin's price action. And we want to see what's going on. And I will follow up on that position tomorrow to put my money where my mouth is. And, oh yeah, so never want to go into a position without taking a, or actually having a risk management. And, you know, you have to have an entry, an exit, and your risk management. So I was taking a little hourly buy right here. And personally, here's how I'll be doing it. Here's how I will be doing this. So I'm looking for a move up to this guy right here. 21,034. Don't want to be greedy. Actually, I think we're going to get a bit bigger of a bounce. But if I was trading a shorter term time frame, like the hourly time frame, so stop loss is going to be right here. Bear with me just a second while I get my bearings here. If we get an hourly closure below the last relevant horizontal and a wick below this guy right here. So where's that coming in on Kucoin's exchange? Because you will notice something very tricky, that TradingView's price is not exactly the same as Kucoin's price. So take that with a grain of salt and dive in and try and figure out what that means. But what it means essentially is price is 20,851 here. Yet on TradingView, Kucoin is 20,870. So what you'll notice is there's a bit of a nuance between price action and the charting aspect when you're looking at Kucoin's chart versus TradingView's chart. Same thing happens on, Bitfinex. Same thing happens on Coinbase. Kind of a trick and something you should know when setting stop losses, right? So again, you got to have an entry point, an exit point, and risk management. And typically you want to have that 2-to-1 ratio, which would be something like this. So what I mean 2-to-1 ratio, meaning, or 3-to-1 ratio, meaning you risk 1 to gain 3 in a sense. So my downside risk here, if we get an hourly closure below 28.22 is about 0.19%. Okay. Versus my upside potential, which is coming in from right here. That is coming in at 0.66%. So 0.66 divided by 0.19. Oh yeah, calculator doesn't work. So call it, it's like a 3-to-1. That's a perfect 3-to-1. Needless to say, you want to have more upside potential and less downside risk when you're taking a trade. In my opinion, again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. We are just trading magic internet money here on the internet, okay? So if you want to start, learning how to do this, we have a free link in the description below to set up TradingView. That's the first thing you got to do. Set up TradingView. Use the link in the description below. It takes 30 minutes, and then you'll be able to start tracking some of these coins, some of these objects, some of these shiny, highly, 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 highly esteemed pieces of internet technology that will bring some kind of goodness to the future, if you ask me. But as prices are pulling back, I might want to add a little bit more, because I know right where my risk management is, which maybe this isn't the greatest setup. But typically what do we want to see is we want to see some bullish divergence accompanied by what I like to call momentum going to the upside and low volatility. So we don't have all three pieces of the pie of the puzzle here, right? However, we do have several drives of what I call bullish divergence. And what is that? When the price is first, so I'm going to put in that stop loss real quick before I get nailed down here. 18 minutes left, and yeah, I might be getting stopped out of this pretty quick, because if I do get a closure below 28.21, that'll be my signal. Hey, let this position go. It's time to let her go. If we get a wick below here, this move has failed essentially, and I would expect some volatility in this zone here as the stock market is down 65 points, which isn't anything significant. The dollar is creeping back up, so when the dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down. When the dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes up. Very, very typical. Very, very typical. So what's going on here on the daily time frame for the dollar? And this is a bit of a cup. A little bit of a cup and handle. What is a cup and a handle? That is essentially where you see a horizontal. It took me a long time to figure this out too, by the way, because nobody really explains it very, very nicely online. So here's your cup. And what you want to see on these cups is the handle comes out right here, and then you get a higher low, like something like that, or it can go as low as here. But any lower than this, and yeah, we're probably going to break down, break back down. So cup and handle formation, and essentially what that says is, the next swing around this guy, if we take this out, actually the measure move should already be something like this on the dollar. The dollar getting a boost up. So I think the dollar is potentially going to $1.0677 over the next few weeks or days. Momentum is to the downside currently. Volatility is low, and we are playing out some bearish divergence, right? We got 1, 2, 3 drives, and probably a first move down here. I think the green 55, and that would be in line with a bounce for Bitcoin, with a little bit of a bounce on the Bitcoin side of things. So back into it, setting your stop losses, and are we going to get stopped out? So stop loss, here's where you hit your stop loss. So I like to draw little horizontals kind of just to show myself like where is this fail? So you want to be right below that prior wick. Typically when you're taking a long, I'll get into that in a minute. So I'm putting in a stop there. And then I want to put where I want to put my take profit. And where am I going to take profit? Off the green 55, which is coming in right here at 121.05. So, and what's really nice here is that, so you got my risk management in, right? And I got my stop loss in, or sorry, yeah, my take profit, my stop loss. And then guess what? I can set it and forget it and not have to worry. I can go about my day. I can go kiss my children. I can go surfing. I can go golfing and not have to worry about what the trade is doing. It's really nice. It's a really nice feature. So take profit, stop loss. You hit this tiny little box right there. And notice how Kucoin does this. They make it impossible to see the price while you're doing this. This is another way they kind of just try and, you know, rope-a-dope you into getting screwed, especially if you're using leverage. Don't use this at home. Don't do this by yourself. If you don't have a trading plan, you don't know what you're doing, you haven't back-tested, don't even think about it, all right? Don't even think about it. But you can always call us. Pick up the phone and start to get educated. You can click on the link in the description below. Set up trading view, start a trading plan. Anyways. Last, so I'm going to put the stop loss in at 20,696, and it tells me, hey, if this thing stops out, it's not going to be fun for me with a $4,300 loss. 20,696 point. Why isn't it letting me do a decimal? Another thing about Kucoin, sometimes it just, the buttons don't work. Anyways. So I'm going to put that in real quick, and then my take profit is 21,108. 21,108. So it's pretty much an even trade, not the best trade, but I wanted to do a live trade for you guys today at somebody's request, and then we'll get into the price action. So probably going to get stopped out while we're on the phone. Hey, you win some, you lose some, you have a trading plan, and that's how it goes. But let's see if we can enter a little bit more in, because the fate of this move is not over. And frankly, if we close below this line right here, there's a difference between a wick and a closure. But this would confirm this as a local high. Will we get a bounce? I don't know. But I will tell you this much. The market closed very bullish last week for a bounce time. It was about time for a bounce time. And as long as these Stokes are crossed to the upside for CMEs today, which the market did just close. The CMEs just did close. So another reason why, I mean, when momentum crosses up from this low, typically you're going to get a little bounce to the upside. And you can check that out and back test it yourself. But look at the CMEs. Has the CMEs ever been this low? Ever? Ever? No. The lowest it's been right here. And we are in perilous times right now. We are in times, uncharted waters. Doquan things falling out. All kinds of coins are disappearing. People are losing their rear end. I mean, I walk down the street with my Bitcoin shirt and all people say is, Chris, I just lost my rear end. You're a Bitcoin advisor? What is that? Can I get some help? And, you know, my motto is love your customer as yourself. Try to help everybody you can. Unfortunately, I'm just not taking any new clients right now because I'm too busy. But we have plenty of Bitcoin advisors down here that would love to help you out. You can give us a call anytime by clicking on our website, bitcoinadvisors.com, in the link in the description below. Anyways, this is a lot of fun today, guys. I'm 15 minutes into this video, and I'm just continuing to blabber all over. And I hope this is going to help somebody out here. But again, free webinar to get yourself set up with a Kucoin account. Get yourself set up with some trading view and some basic understanding of when to buy and when to sell. And I am going to be revealing one indicator that's very simple. It's free to use, and all you got to do is hit buy or hit sell, and the buttons are real clear here, right? The buttons are real clear. So we got 10 minutes left on this hourly candle, and I think I might want to just take another plug at it and just give it another shot. I'm going to buy 2 more Bitcoins. Oh, I hit the wrong side. I'm so used to going short, I keep hitting the wrong button. So, oh, it did add. It did add to that position. Okay, that's enough. 23 Bitcoin long is enough for me. Okay. 23 Bitcoin long, about $500,000. And it is enough for me to say risk on right now. I should probably do a little bit more, but what? You can only do so much on a live stream here. So next up. Okay, we're going to review Bitcoin Monday price action and checking out spot price. We've been talking about. Oh yeah, so why did I take that trade? Well, based on the hourly time frame, and everybody trades based off of different time frames. And again, that's why it's so important to come up with a trading strategy that fits your needs. But bullish divergence is one of the easiest things to, just take some trades off of and get a shot to the top side of the range. And we have multiple drives of bullish divergence. What is that? What is bullish divergence? That is when price is making higher lows. Hidden bullish divergence in an uptrend. Price is making higher lows. RSI is making lower lows. So what did we get here? This is a higher high. This is a higher low, right? We're getting higher highs, higher lows. We got a reversal on the hourly time frame. And what is this here? Another higher high and a higher low. Now, we are going to have several drives of bearish divergence coming up here on the board, and that's why this is a short-term trade. However, what do we got here? Multiple drives of bearish divergence where price is making hidden bearish divergence in a downtrend. Price is making lower highs and RSI is making higher highs. I think that is going to be the next educational video I put out about bullish and bearish divergence using the RSI specifically. You can trade specifically just using this indicator. It is a very, very powerful indicator when implemented correctly. But based on this guy right here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drives of bullish divergence. And we got some volume here on this green candle and a little bit of follow through, not much. And this candle will close in the next 8 minutes. And Stokes will remain to the upside as long as we're closing above $20,680. So with Stokes remaining to the upside, I am targeting a move at a minimum to the green 55. And that's going to be my first target. The second target would be 2150. So maybe I should only sell half the position here, right? And then I'll sell the other half here